We are talking about why money is important and why you should be investing and not saving. My name is TJ. I have gone from being bankrupt to having over $1 million in assets within 3 years. I'm walking now in Madrid, kind of living a new life here. Recently moved here about 4 months ago. And I came here, for better life. I never thought that this would be a possibility. As I was growing up, I had a weird relationship, I think, with money. It was something I always chased, but kind of always felt, I think, I have a kind of negative attitude toward, thinking money's evil, that rich people are bad. And it's taken a long time, 20 years, to change my mindset a little bit about that and realize that we need money to not only help ourselves, but our family and friends, and beyond. I see it as the more money we have, the more people we can help. And so money is an important aspect, because if you can't help yourself first, how are you going to help anybody else? One of the things I have found when we're getting ready to come here to Madrid, we were, of course, having to save a lot of money to get our visa. We sold most of our belongings, sold our house, and I realized we had to show so much money in the bank in order to get our visa to come here. And I was in a bit of a panic, because I've learned that we are all about having money work for you rather than you working for money. And so with all this money sitting in the bank, it's actually losing money. If the economy and everything goes up by 3% a year, say, inflation, and you have money in the bank, what are you making in interest? Next to nothing. Even high-yield savings accounts aren't that good. You want your money to be working for you. So I was trying to figure out different ways to invest. I got a lot of my wealth through real estate, and I wanted some other streams of income. Real estate has been great. There's been ups and downs, having tenants that don't pay, trying to do fix and flips during the middle of the pandemic that did not work out so well. So I'm finding new streams of income, have passive income coming in, that my money's not sitting in the bank, that it's working for me. You are joining me today on my excursion to the library to do some work. The type of visa I have here in Spain, I can't get a job physically in Spain that would take a job away from a Spanish citizen, but I can have investments online and my rental income and things like that. So one of the things I've been very interested in is the short-term rental. I had a lot of education on it. I've tried it 3 different times. 3 times I was putting in the effort. I found a place, a friend of mine who's also a real estate investor, to rent one of his places. And I told him what I was going to be doing and how I wanted to be close to a hospital, so traveling nurses, families that were needing the hospital, children's hospital, they could be nearby. If they had an extended stay, someplace that felt more like home. And he liked the idea so much, he did it himself. So I lost out on that. I tried several other times. almost similar stories. It fell through. He decided to rent it to somebody else. So I was getting desperate now that I had this money in the bank just sitting there. For those of you following my story, I was a pharmacy technician, but living paycheck to paycheck. I think if I had $2,000 in the bank, I was feeling pretty good. So now to have all this money sitting there from the sale of my house and selling all of our stuff, I needed to put it somewhere. And I was so desperate to get this short-term rental business going. And I found these people that they would, for the price I would have paid to set up one short-term rental, they were willing to set up two short-term rentals in areas like Miami, Florida, Houston, Texas, are the two places that I chose with them. They would go in, they would buy the furniture, they would negotiate the contract to rent these places, they would handle all the bookings, they would do everything. $20,000. $20,000 was my buy-in. They were great communicating. It took a little while to get things set up. We were advertising on Airbnb, and then they disappeared. They just vanished. $20,000 gone. I tried calling, texting, emailing, everything. Their website disappeared. They disappeared. It was a few months later, I actually got some email that that company was being investigated. I tried to give them everything I could. I don't think I'll ever see that $20,000 back again. But we learn. Money is important. It's also a very expensive lesson if you don't know what you don't know and don't know what you're doing. I was so desperate to get started, I did not do my due diligence. So I was looking for other places to place the money. I did find this wonderful company that I've been with 2 years now, maybe even 3, that I had set up a online store with them, and they did all the customer service, the fulfilling, all of that. So I hired them to do everything. They take a percentage of it. At the end of the month, it kind of pays for itself. It just keeps on going. I'm actually opening up a second one here any minute. That's one passive income that I'm really enjoying and really helping a lot. It's a little more consistent. Of course, it depends on the buying situation of people, but it's not as up and down as rent. Sometimes we are getting everybody paid, we're filled up, everyone's paying. Other times, they're not all paying. We do our best to help people out, but, still life comes in, and they're not able to do that. So I'm trying to look for other passive investments that I don't have to be as involved in. I did find another company that's much more on the up and up, a lot less expensive to get into, that was doing in a short-term rental model. Actually, he was purchasing or renting out an entire motel, and then I have one of those rooms in this fancy hotel in Tulum, Mexico. And that is it had some ups and downs getting started. Honestly, I have not made a penny on it yet. They had some turnover. I think they were getting too big too quick, but I've had great communication with them. They have people in place that are really doing their job. So I'm waiting for that to start bringing in money. I'm also in the process of selling all my rental properties and investing in some short-term rentals. Since I moved to Madrid, it's been kind of difficult having my rental properties. My business partner in the US is taking care of everything. It's a lot on him to be doing sort of on his own. So this was our agreement that we would, that he would either buy me out or we would just sell the properties and kind of go our own way. And so that's more money coming in that I don't want sitting in the bank. I need to reinvest. So money is all about, it's important in life. It allows you to do what you want to do. It allows you to live the life you deserve, not only for you, but for your family. I mean, I have a child, a 19-year-old child, which is amazing because I'm only 25 years old. How that works out, I don't know. And she does have autism, so there's some things she can and can't do, and I want to make sure that she is okay once I'm gone, that I have various streams of income coming in, that she doesn't have to worry about money, that she can live the life that she wants and not have to live paycheck to paycheck like I had for most of my life. I guess a key takeaway here is that, you know, money does not buy happiness. It does not buy everything, but it does ease the stress of life. Being an entrepreneur, I think you need to be used to the ups and downs of the business world. You know, sometimes my rental property is going great. It's great when we do a fix and flip and it works. And then there's some other times there's still a fix and flip that I paid with credit cards and still greatly in debt with that. Is a topic for another time about debt and credit, and there are good debts and bad debts. But see, I'm curious to know what your upbringing around money is. What are your thoughts? Where do you think you need to change? Where do you think you need to develop? And join us on this journey. There's going to be a pop-up here somewhere, probably over there, of another video that'll go into some more information of why you should invest and not save money. So do watch that. Join us on the journey here at No Money and find out what you don't know about money.